there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sonia Maya if you don't know me. And today I want to talk about intermittent fasting. I've been doing intermittent fasting for 4 years. And it's really the biggest thing for me in terms of fat loss. I have lost so much weight. I guess I could say 40 pounds now. It's really hard for me to get under 150, but I'm finally under 150, which is great. And once you get to a certain point, it's hard to keep losing weight. So I'm going to talk about plateaus. I haven't stopped intermittent fasting. I believe what has helped me was extending my window, which I'll get into. But I want to talk about 3 reasons you might not be losing fat on intermittent fasting protocol. There's a lot of people that try intermittent fasting and they kind of think that it's so flexible that they can just eat whatever they want. So that's what I want to talk about in this video. Intermittent fasting is very popular now, but if you don't know what it is, I'll explain it to you. It's when you only let yourself eat within a certain time frame. So a lot of people like to start with 16-8 method, which is the lean gains method, meaning you eat within an 8-hour window and fast for 16 hours. And if you think about it, it's actually not that difficult because all you're really doing is if you choose your window to be like 12 to 8, you're really just skipping breakfast and not eating after 8 o'clock. That's not that different from like a normal eating schedule. I found for me that I started with a lean gains diet. After a while of doing that, you might stop losing fat, so you might want to extend your window. I started doing a 4-hour window and a 6-hour window instead, and I found that that's better for me for losing fat. Right now, I'm kind of at like a 6-hour or 8-hour window. I'm also eating really healthy and I'm counting calories, but I want to talk about 3 reasons why you might not be losing fat. Really important to think about because if you're going to be implementing a protocol, you want to be doing it in the most healthy way possible. And I also wanted to put it out there that if you have any kind of history of an eating disorder or if you have type 1 diabetes, this is not for you. But otherwise, it really could be for you. It could be the thing that's going to be like the saving grace of losing fat, because that's what it was for me. Intermittent fasting is really great for me. I didn't like keto. I didn't like anything else that I tried that's too restrictive. Intermittent fasting is not restrictive for me, so I love it. So intermittent fasting only works for me if I count calories. There are people out there that say you can do it without counting calories. I honestly think that it only really works if you do 1 meal a day. It's like the OMAD, meaning like you only let yourself eat within 1 hour. That maybe could work in terms of leniency, but I believe that if I was going to do OMAD and I literally ate whatever I want, because I can eat a lot. Once I start eating, I can eat a lot. So someone can still do 1 meal a day and still gain weight and not lose fat doing intermittent fasting if you're not counting calories. So counting calories kind of makes me feel more in control. I really feel like I am doing everything right when I do that, because you could really be overeating and undereating. You never know, so it's good to pay attention. So in order to know how many calories you need to eat, you need to look up your basal metabolic rate. That will help you calculate how much energy that you need, which is calories. Calories are energy. So you can go ahead and do that, look it up, figure out how much you need based on how much you burn. And something that I do is I use MyFitnessPal to count calories, and you could just put all your information. It's a free app. And when you put all your information, they actually calculate it for you, how much calories you have to have per day. So that makes it nice and easy. You might be thinking to yourself, if counting calories is the only way to lose fat during intermittent fasting, why don't I just count calories and not fast? Good question. So there's a couple of reasons. The first thing is intermittent fasting helps you in terms of not overeating a lot of the time, because a lot of the time, like if you are in a, oh my God, this fly. So one way it really helps is for me personally, like if I'm in a workspace or if I'm like working at the restaurant that I work at and it's my fasting window and someone's like, oh, do you want this biscuit? I could easily be like, no, it's my fasting window. It creates this like control. It's like, no, I can't eat at this time. So you are bound to eat less, which is really helpful. But not only that, there's so many health benefits that go along with fasting that aren't just weight loss and fat loss related, such as longer lifespan. It helps with insulin resistance. There's all this crazy research out there. It is insane how good it is for you. So you definitely want to give it a shot if you're somebody that can handle it. And I definitely, it's hard at first, but the thing is, with intermittent fasting, the first 2 weeks, yeah, you're going to be hungry because your body's on a pattern, because you're used to eating at a certain time. But once you get used to it, it's easy. It just comes a part of your lifestyle. I'm not hungry before 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, ever. Not ever. The second reason you might not be losing fat is you're not paying attention to the quality of the food. You can't just eat whatever you want, like some people say. You have to be focused on the quality. I've talked about this analogy in my past videos. But think about this. If you're driving a luxury car, it's a car that takes diesel, expensive gas. you are not going to put regular fuel into that car. You are going to put the expensive stuff. So think about your body as this in the same exact way that you think of a luxury car. And that way you can change your mind frame and be like, why would I want to eat that if it's not fueling me properly? And honestly, to be honest with yourself, you know what is good for you. You know that those donuts aren't going to fuel you, those wings. Of course, you could have it in moderation. I did make a video on to cheat or not to cheat. So of course, some people could do it once a week. That's fine. But you can't just be eating all that stuff. It don't work like that. I wish it did. That'd be great. And I think it's so frustrating because why the hell does chocolate cake taste so good and release dopamine if it's bad for you? Like, who made that rule? I want to speak to the manager like a Karen. Third reason you might not be losing fat with intermittent fasting, or maybe you were losing fat for a while and then you hit a plateau, is you're not working out in a fasted state. I can't emphasize this enough. If you work out in a fasted state, you are going to be burning so much more fat. It's actually better for you to work out without anything in your stomach, and I actually prefer that. I feel like when I work out, when I have food in my stomach and my food is digesting, I don't have as much of a good workout. You don't want anything in your stomach except for water, maybe pre-workout, maybe coffee, maybe some tea. You don't want to be digesting your food while you're working out. And you'll find that if you wake up, work out in a fasted state, you are going to get so much of a better workout and you're going to be burning more fat. I guarantee it. Try it out and let me know how it goes. You should be working out like 5 or 6 days a week. That will help accelerate your fat loss, especially if you've been doing intermittent fasting and then you hit a plateau. Start working out. Start off with a walk. Just do something light and simple. Something else about working out that's really important to mention is when you work out, it releases endorphins, which make you happy. And, a lot of us in quarantine aren't getting our endorphins released in other ways, you know what I mean, like me. So I find that working out actually releases the same amount of dopamine and endorphins for me than it does being like intimate with someone. So just replace it with that. And not only that, better fitness is correlated with better sex, which goes along with my other videos. So you might as well take my word for it and be active so you're ready to, for when dating is legal again, you'll be good. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you were saying. You don't have to keep asking. Do you know what I am saying?
See, this is why my niches go together. Fitness and sex, they go together. So that's why you need to watch all my videos. So if you learned anything from this video, I hope you know that intermittent fasting does work and it's so good for you, but you need to implement it with the obvious other healthy things, diet and exercise. I know, so boring, but it's so true. And did you just see that fly in my face? This motherfucking fly. I feel like Walter in Breaking Bad again. I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you're gonna try intermittent fasting if you feel like nothing else has been working for you, and I hope you're paying attention to the quality and that you're paying attention to the quantity. Very important. And I will see you in the next video. I love you so much. Please make sure to check out my videos. I post every Wednesday and Saturday, and I'm loving making content. I'm so much more comfortable with it, as you could probably tell if you watch my videos now compared to before. It's crazy how much more comfortable you get talking to nobody but the fucking fly that I'm about to I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.